What's up? What's up? What's up? Of course, it's me, your boy Richie Rich at Consumer Appliance Report. Shoot another awesome video, cause that's what we do. Man, what's up? What's up? What's up? You know, at Consumer Appliance Report, we review appliances. Today, we're gonna focus on a Whirlpool dryer. In this portion of the video, we're gonna focus on the functions and the features. All right, so of course, let's dive into that real quick, man, so that we can get into this video. All right, of course, you can see the Whirlpool logo right here, man. We're gonna let the video roll for a little bit. You can look at it, Whirlpool dryer. I'm sure you can probably get it in gas and electric. Now you have the white, you have the control panel that you're looking at up top there as well. So we're gonna dive into that first and allow this video to roll a little bit. We're gonna stop it right there. It says what to dry and how to dry. All right, so of course you have your power button, you have your regular cycle, delicates, bulky items, whites, colors, and towels, how to dry, normal, wrinkle control, heavy duty, sanitized, timed dry, and of course you have your quick, and you also have a hold to start button as well. All right, so we're gonna let that roll for a little bit as well. Let's keep the video going before we dive into the owner's manual. Then of course you can see the temp, right? You have the dryness, you have your wrinkle shield, you have less time, more time, cycle signal, damp dry signal, control lock. You can hold it for about, it says 3 seconds there. You have your eco boost as well. So let's dive into this owner's manual, man, so that we can see exactly what we are getting ourselves into when we're going into the owner's manual for this dryer. Again, it's a Whirlpool. It says use and care guide. All right, so we're going to scroll down into the table of contents. I always tell you guys, dryer safety, appliance safety, you want to read those instructions. It says your safety and the safety of others are very important, so I want you to keep that in mind as well. Warning, risk of fire, so you want to be careful. Important safety instructions, you want to read those. All this is going to be downloaded in the owner's box as well. Couple things we can look at. 15 pedestal, depending on the dryer that you have. You can also stack it if you purchase the washing machine and the dryer. And it says dryer rack provides a stationary drying surface for items such as sweaters, tennis shoes. All right, so you can also dry your tennis shoes as well. All right, so keep that in mind. Air vents and all that stuff. Eco boost options. So we're going to get into all that. So we're going to start off where it says control panel and features. Some of the stuff we already went over. Of course, it says not all features and cycles are available in all models. Note, the control panel features a sensitive surface that responds to a light touch of your finger. It says to ensure your selections are registered, touch the control panel with your fingertip, not your fingernail. It says when selecting a setting or option, simply touch the appropriate button. All right, so of course this is labeled. You can get different features. It's not available in all model. The model that we have on our video is the non-steam models. All right, so that's the one that's below here, so we can dive into that a little bit. Of course, we talked about the power button. It says to turn the dryer on and off. Touch to stop or cancel a cycle at any time with the power button. What to dry and how to dry. All right, so this is significant to a lot of the Whirlpool appliance. So let's figure out what they're dealing with here and what do they mean. It says once a what to dry is selected, the dryer automatically selects the recommended or the last used how to dry option. It says as well as the recommended. The last used modifiers, both the how to dry and modifiers can be changed if desired. It says see the cycle guide for details. All right, so that's what there is. Start and pause, you already know what it is. To start the cycle, to pause the cycle, it says touch and hold until LED counts down 3, 2, 1 and the dryer starts. So these are some of the unique things that you got to deal with when you're dealing with different models and different appliances. On here, you normally press the start button, it starts up right away. It's different on this particular model. You have to hold it until it actually starts. It counts down from 3, 2, 1. Different, but you know, if you like it, you do, and if you don't, you don't. You know, it works either way. It says then let go to start a cycle, or touch once while a cycle is in process to pause it. All right, modifiers. All right, so it says use the selected available modifiers for your dryer. Not all cycles and options are available in all models. We talked about that as well. Temperature. All right, it says when using the temperature with time dry slash quick cycle, all right, it says you must select a dry temperature based on the type of load you are drying. It says use the warmer setting that is safe for the garments in the load. Follow garment label instructions. Note, automatic cycles will give you up to 4 temperatures to adjust, depending on the models and the what to dry or how to dry selection that have been made. Dryness, it says you must adjust the dryness on automatic cycles except for the sanitized cycles if desired. Note, dryness is for use with automatic cycles only. All right, so you want to think about that as well. You have your more slash less time dry adjustment. It says touch more time or less time with the time dry slash quick cycle to increase or decrease the length of the cycles. Options, it says use to select available options for your dryer. Not all cycles and options are available in all models. We talk about that as well. Wrinkle shield option. All right, let's see if that's on our cycle there. Wrinkle shield, wrinkle controlled, or I think that's somewhat similar to the same thing. So it says if you are unable to remove a load immediately, touch wrinkle shield to add up to 150 minutes of periodically tumbling to help reduce wrinkling. You may select the plus steam setting or on some models to add a short steam cycle after 60 minutes to help smooth out wrinkles. All right, so a lot of the appliances are doing this now with the wrinkle shield or wrinkle option, so the machine can run up to 3 hours depending on the model. This one says 150 minutes periodically to reduce wrinkling, so that's another added feature there. It's been around for a while. It's not nothing new, but it takes some time getting used to, especially if you have some fabrics that you don't want to get wrinkled. It's good to use. Notice if you open the dryer door prior to the end of the wrinkle shield option, the dryer will go into standby. All right, so certain models have the steam models or steam fresh, but since it's here, we can read a little bit. It says the cycle is best for reducing wrinkles and odors from dry items. It says cycle time will increase depending on number of times. This is an independent cycle that cannot be combined with any other cycle. Cycle signal, all right, so this just says use this option to turn the signal indicating the end of a drying cycle to low, medium, high, or off. All right, it says the volume you select here will also be applied to the damp dry signal. Note, you may also turn off the tones that sound when a feature, setting, or option is touched. Touch and hold the cycle signal for about 3 seconds to turn sounds to low, medium, high, or off. All right, so it does take some getting used to understanding how the appliance work. We're going to go into this. We love this type of stuff anyway. So we're talking about right now, we're talking about the damp dry signal. And it says here, it says touch to turn the damp dry signal on and off. When it's selected, a series of beeps will sound when the load is damped, but not completely dry. This will allow you to take clothes out of the load that do not need to dry completely. This option is available on some models. The damp dry signal is selected as a default for the bulky items slash normal, bulky items slash wrinkle control, and bulky items slash heavy duty cycles as a reminder to manually reposition bulky loads midway through the cycle. All right, you have also on some models reduced static. It says touch to add the reduced static option to selected automatic cycles. The dryer would automatically tumble, pause, and introduce a small amount of moisture into the load to help reduce static. So I guess this has something to do with the steam function as well. So if you have that, you'll be able to have the reduced static. If you don't, you don't have that option. So this option ends approximately 3 minutes to the total cycle. It says this adds approximately 3 minutes to the total cycle time. All right. Control lock, we're so used to that. It says use this option to lock the controls of the dryer and avoid an accidental change in the cycle options or preferences during a drying cycle. It says touch and hold control lock or damp dry signal depending on the model for 3 seconds to lock or unlock the controls of the dryer. During this time, the LED with display will count down 3, 2, 1. Once the controls are locked, the LED display will display LOC. All right, so a lot of these appliances are displaying the LOC. Prior to that, it's just a small little light that'll let you know that it was locked. Many customers, or some customers, are not familiar with that code, or not familiar with locking the control panel. So you just want to be careful with that before you contact a service technician to come out and make sure that the control is not locked, because you're not able to activate the machine, you're not able to press any buttons, and it could just be that the control is locked. All right, so you want to keep that in mind. All right, so Eco Boost option, that's something that we can talk about here. The Eco Boost option will default on only for the regular and normal cycle, and it said it is not only available on the cycle. It says this option allows you to increase your energy saving by using a slightly lower heat level. The Eco Boost option will increase the drying times by approximately 40 minutes, which will be reflected on the LED display. If optimum time is desired, touch Eco Boost to turn off this option. All right, so even though you're using the Eco Boost option, couple things that you want to notice: it increased the drying times approximately 40 minutes. All right, so you want to think about that as well. It says this option allows you to increase your energy saving by using a slightly low heat level. So when you're thinking about that, you're putting in your standard normal load inside of the machine, then you hit the Eco Boost, it's gonna run for a longer period of time because it's using less heat. All right, so you got to compensate for using less heat. It's going to take more time, so you want to think about that if that's a good option to use. I know you want to save energy and time, but it might not be good for you depending on the amount of clothes that's inside the dryer. LED display, let's talk about that. Couple things we can focus on: sensing, wet, damp, cool down, and check vent. All right, it says when you select a cycle, its default setting will light up, and the estimated time remaining for automatic cycles will vary depending on what to do and how to dry selections. All right, it says on actual time remaining for time dry cycles will be placed, and it's for manual cycles as well. All right, it says the cycle indicator shows the progress of a cycle. Not all indicators are available on all models. All right, so a lot of the appliances dealing with sensing. So let's see what this does. It says the sensing indicator will light periodically during the sensing cycles to indicate that the moisture sensor on the dryer is operating. All right, so that's one way that you can look at it. It says this indicator will not light during the time cycles or options such as wrinkle shield. All right, so gotta think about that. Let's talk about wet. It said the load is still wet and or the cycle just started. All right, so that's let you know that it's wet. Damp, this indicator shows that the load is particularly dried, and items that you may wish to hang up or iron will still damp, may be removed. All right, so that's one of the great things that you can look at, how the machine is communicating with you and just letting you know the status of what is going on in each cycle. That's pretty good right there to let you know that, hey, the machine is telling you that, you know, it could still be damped. Clothes are still wet. All right, even if you already started or it's been on for a while, it's telling you that the clothes are still wet, so it's not quite finished. So that's pretty cool there. All right, it says the dryer has finished drying with heat, and this is the cool down, and is now tumbling the load without the heat to cool it down. All right, check vent. So let's dive into that. All right, so this is pretty good for dryers. All right, the LG model that we did has a flow meter. So let's see what it says. Check vent here. Check vent indicator. The check vent indicator is a feature available for automatic cycles only. This indicator will show the status of airflow through the dryer and the dryer vent system for the dryer's life. That's good. During the sensing phase at the beginning of the cycle, the check vent light will come on. If a blocked vent or low airflow issue is detected, the light will stay on for the entire cycle. Should the check vent light illuminate, refer to the troubleshooting section for potential solutions to the issue. The light will be cleared upon completing of the cycle. Touching power or opening the door, the check vent light will continue to illuminate during the cycles unless the root cause is removed. Remember, the dryer will continue to operate even while the indicator is lit, but poor airflow can impact dry times and overall performance. All right, so you want to think about that. For more information on maintaining good airflow, check your vent system for good airflow. Note, if there are other error issues during a cycle, the check vent indicator will not light up. See the troubleshooting section. All right, so that's good to know that the machine is smart enough to let you know on the automatic cycles only, right, the status of the airflow of the dryer and the dryer vent system. This is extremely important when you're dealing with dryers, dealing with machines. A lot of these machines, man, are a lot smarter. They're trying to help you out to let you know that your dryer vent or the filter could be clogged. So you want to think about a lot of that when you're looking at these appliances. These indicators are there to benefit you and to help you so that your house don't catch on fire. I've seen it enough where I go into different customers' homes, the dryer, taking the dryer apart, the lint is catching on fire. It's already black. There's certain components that's already burned up. So I'm glad the customer is home at the time to stop the dryer because the dryer was catching on fire. So a lot of these things starts to happen over time, and you just want to make sure that you're cleaning the filter vent, and you also want to make sure you call a professional to clean the exhaust vent once a year. All right, it's recommended and it needs to be done. All right, and it says this will indicate that the selected cycle has ended and the load may be removed from the dryer. Okay, if the wrinkle shield has been selected, the dryer may continue to tumble the load even if end is displayed. All right, so you want to think about that. Control lock, this will eliminate on the controls are locked. So that's the control lock symbol there. It gives you like a little indication of a key. All right, so that's like a key symbol. All right, so that's cool there. All right, so we can also get into the cycle guide. All right, so we can allow probably let some of the video run a little bit because we've been talking a lot there, so we're gonna let that roll. Of course, we opening the door and you can see the white, and this is inside of the dryer, 7 cubic feet inside of the dryer there, of course. So we're gonna pause it there. We're gonna dive into this joint real quick and talk about the cycle guide. So let's get into that. It says your dryer has a unique user interface to help you select the best cycle you need for your load. The what to dry, how to dry layout guides you to the optimum cycle in 2 easy steps. First, determine what items are in the load that you are trying to dry. Use the guide. He says use that to guide your what to dry selection. Then determine how you want your dryer to dry them by selecting the appropriate how to dry selection. Modifiers are preset for the items being dried but can be changed if desired. To get the most energy savings and enhanced fabric care for your dryer, use the automatic cycles. These cycles measure the drying air temperature and moisture levels to turn the dryer off once the load reaches selected dryness level. Dryer performance and results may vary with service voltage less than 240 volts. It says for best fabric care, choose the cycle that best fits the load being dry. R means recommended cycle. A means alternate cycle. A blank means cycle is available but not optimal. All right, so of course you have how do you want to dry. All right, how to dry cycle. You have your normal, which is regular auto sensing cycle, stops when dryness level is reached. Your wrinkle control, heavy duty, sanitize, hot heat, used to kill 99.9% of 3 common bacteria. Set up time dry, set amount of dry time. Dryer runs for the amount of time selected. All right, so that's the manual setting there. Then you have your quick. It says set an amount of dry time. Dryer runs for the amount of time selected. All right, how to dry and what to dry. Baby clothes. All right, so what to dry and cycle selection. Baby clothes, pajamas, all right, those are regular. Handkerchiefs are alternate. T-shirts are regular. Sweatshirts are alternate. Jeans are alternate. And then of course cotton drapes, machine wash curtains, those are cycles available by not optimal. Cycles available but not optimal. All right, so you got your tablecloth that you can use for regular, business casual. You probably use that under your wrinkle control, non-iron fabrics, wrinkle control, bras and stuff like that. So when you're looking at these different settings that is automatically set and what's recommended by the manufacturer, depending on what it is that you're drying, this is how you use the machine. All right, your delicate stuff, bras, fabric, shower curtains, lingerie sheets, undergarments, wool, dress shirts. All right, so those are a little bit different. You can use wrinkle guard for those so they don't get wrinkled as well. A lot of the stuff underneath of that is either blank or alternate cycle that you can use as well. All right, we're talking about bulky items. You're talking about bedding, fabrics, rugs, coats and jackets, comforters. A lot of that stuff can be used under normal. right? The normal automatic sensor cycle stops the dryness level, so that's something there that you can use there. All right, and you can also use a wrinkle guide depending on what it is that you're drying, and you can use it in the heavy duty as well. All right, so that's cool there. It says extended high heat drying cycle intended to help sanitize items such as sheets and towels. This cycle is not recommended for all fabrics. For best results, this cycle should run to completion to ensure sanitization and do not interrupt cycle. All right, let's talk about it here as well. Whites, colors, and towels. All right, what to dry: cotton garments, right? White napkins, athletic wear, right? Can go into your colors, right? But the whites are white napkins and undergarments. You can use that in normal. You can use an alternate cycle as far as the wrinkle guide. You can do that optimum if you want to do heavy duty, all that stuff. That's up to you. Let's talk about the colors. You're talking about performance wears, athletic wears, colored napkins, of course. All right, towels. You have dish towels, regular towels, non-rubber lined rugs. So a lot of these you can also use in the sanitize when you're dealing with towels as well. You can see that here. All right, alternate cycle. It said extended high heat drying cycle intended to help sanitize items as sheets and towels. This cycle is not recommended for all fabrics. All right, so you want to think about that as well. All right, you got your government energy certification for this model. We're based on the regular plus normal cycle, highest temperature setting, normal dryness level, eco boost on. So all that is inside the owner's manual as well. All right, so we can allow that joint to rock. All right, so we can probably go into additional dry settings because I just want to make sure I got everything that I need. All right, so you know what, we can actually go here first because we're not quite finished. It says select the type of load to dry. So we just discussed a lot of that, right, that you can go into. I just want to make sure I got the right thing. It says first select a cycle from what to do, automatic cycles option, then select a how to dry option to get the best combination cycle available for the best type of items you are going to dry. You may also select the sanitize cycle for a long high heat cycle which has been proven to reduce the household bacteria. The sanitize cycle overrides previous selections and cannot be modified. All right, so you want to think about that as well. Automatic cycles. It says you can select a different dryness level depending on your load. Tough dryness to scroll to less to more. All right, selecting less to more automatically adjusts the dryness level at which the dryer will shut off. Dryness level can be changed in the first 5 to 8 minutes of the cycle. Automatic cycle give the best drying in the shortest time. Drying time varies based on fabric type and load size and dryness setting. Note, automatic cycles will give you up to 4 temperatures to adjust depending on the model and what to dry or how to dry sections that have been made. We talked about the time dry cycle, right? It says when you select time dry or quick, the default time appears in the display. Touch more time or less time to increase or decrease the time in 5 increments. The default temperature may be changed by touching temp until the desired dry temperature is lit. Then you have, of course, your steam fresh cycle. That's on some models, so you can read that there if you have it. On the model that we have, do not have the steam setting. All right, it says adjust cycle modifiers if desired, and this is how you do it here. You may adjust different settings depending on what you are drying and how you are going to dry the item. Use air dry for items like feather, pillows, plastic shower curtains, rubber backed rugs and mats, and vinyl tablecloth. Note, not all options and modifiers are available with all cycles, so we've been reading that a lot as well. All right, so cool. Then you have your select and additional options. All right, so it depends on if you have steam fresh, damp dry, reduced static, and ego boost, wrinkle shield. All right, so it depends on the model. That's not on all models, but again, you can read that, you can see that as well. Touch and hold and start to begin, we already know that. It counts down to 3, 2, 1, so you have that option there. It says remove garments promptly after cycle is finished. Promptly remove garments after cycle has completed to reduce wrinkling. All right, so you want to do that as well. All right, additional features here that's inside the dryer. We can talk about some of that a little bit so that we can know exactly what we're talking about when we're talking about drying our tennis shoes and how to do it and stuff like that. Using the drying racks on some models, it says to use the dryer rack for items that you do not want to tumble dry, such as sweaters, and tennis shoes. When you can use the drying rack, the drum continues to turn, but the rack remains stationary. The drying rack is intended to use with the manual dry / time dry cycles only. The drying rack cannot be used with automatic cycles. It says to use the drying rack, do not remove the lint screen. Open the dryer door. Alright, so it's telling you how to do it using the dryer rack. Align the 2 hooks on the front of the drying rack with the holes in the dryer door opening and press down fully into holes. Rest the rear support on the dryer back ledge. Alright, so you have that. Place wet items on top of the dryer rack. Allow space around items for air to circulate. Alright, the dryer rack does not move, but the drum will rotate. Be sure to leave adequate clearance between items and the inside of the dryer drum. Make sure items do not hang over the edges or between drying rack grill. Close the door, select the time dryer or airflow or low temperature setting. Items containing foam, rubber, or plastic must be dried on a clothesline or by using the air only setting, because you don't want it to catch on fire because it's rubber or plastic. It says when the cycle is selected, the estimated time remaining display shows the default time you may change. It says you can change the actual time in the cycle by increasing or decreasing the cycle time. All right, note, check the lint screen and remove any lint accumulated from items dried on the drying rack after the cycle is finished. All right, so that's good there. A lot of good information there as well, so we can actually go back to the video, let that play some there. All right, so we're gonna let that rock. This is the inside of the dryer drum with the baffles that rotate the clothes inside the drum. You can see that. You see the vent in the back where the heat comes in right there in the back where the hose is. You want to make sure that's not clogged as well. All right, that will cause your dryer to overheat and not heat up properly. Your lint filter. All right, so that's one of the things that we can actually go into a little bit using the lint filter there. So I'm gonna pause that video, dive into the lint filter there, and really how to really clean the dryer. All right, so that's one of the things that we got to focus on. It says to reduce the risk of fire, electric shock, or injury to persons, read the important safety instruction before operating the appliance. Clean the lint. It's one of the things that you must do and you have to do. Clean the lint screen before each load. Pull the lint screen straight up. Roll lint off the screen with your fingers. Do not rinse or wash screen to remove lint. Wet lint is hard to remove. Push the lint screen firmly back into place. For additional clean information, see dryer care. All right, so that's cool there. All right, loading the dryer. Open the door by pulling on the handle. Placing the laundry in the dryer. Add a dryer sheet to wet load if desired. Close the door. All right, it's important, do not tightly pack the dryer. Items need to tumble freely, and that's the thing that we got to remember when we're loading the dryer. They have to be free so they can move around, so they can heat up. Tightly packed can lead to poor drying performance and may increase wrinkle and tangling. All right, people overloading their dryer, because you can do that, and people don't think you can overload a dryer. All right, so let's dive into the rest of this joint. Going to my notes, I'm going to page 13. So again, cleaning the lint. You also want to make sure you can check into where the filter is, or the lint filter screen that you got to clean. That's a housing that lint gets trapped into. So you also want to clean that out as well. You want to be careful with that. All right, so you all the cleaning instructions is here. We went over how to clean the lint, so we don't have to do that. Cleaning the drum interior, that's something that we can always think about as well. Use a mild hand dish detergent. Mix at a low concentration with very warm water and rub while with a soft cloth. My suggestion, if you're gonna do this, do not spin the dryer. Don't spin the dryer drum. You spin the dryer drum in the wrong direction, it's gonna remove itself from the pulley that the belt sits on. So you can spin it and it comes right off. Now you're gonna need a technician because you're trying to be nice, or you're just trying to do the right thing, cleaning your dryer drum. So don't move the dryer drum, just clean it, wipe around it, and just get out of there. Do not spin the drum. All right, so you don't want that to happen. All right. But they're telling you here, it says rinse clean with hot water. So it's telling you one moment not to clean it. Well, it don't wet it with the lint on there. So you can look like from here you can clean it. Let's read what it says. All right, it says as needed cleaning. Laundry detergent and fabric softener residue can build up on the lint screen. This buildup can cause longer drying times for your clothes, or cause the dryer to stop before your load is completely dry. The screen is properly clogged if lint falls off while the screen is in the dryer. Clean the lint screen with a nylon brush every 6 months, or more frequently if it becomes clogged due to a residue buildup. To wash, roll lint off the screen with your fingers. So you want to do that first. Wet both sides of the lint screen with hot water with a nylon brush. Want to be careful though, because you don't want to rub it, but it's supposed to be something soft. And it says with hot water and liquid detergent, scrub lint screen with the brush to remove residue buildup. All right, rinse screen with hot water. So you can clean it. You just want to make sure you get the lint off first. All right, because it's difficult to take the lint off. All right. So we're gonna let the video rock and roll. So again, putting the filter back in is not a difficult thing to do, but you just got to know how to do it. But you want to make sure you do that. This is where the door handle is. You grip on the door to open the door. One of the things that we like on the door, it has a couple of stuff that you can see from the dryer, customizing your cycles to your needs. Front load dryer, of course, right? You can see that there's 7.4 cubic feet. It has the model number on it as well. Help prevent over drying. Help keep wrinkles from setting. Please release wrinkles and reduce odors without rewashing. All right, so you want to think about a lot of the stuff that they put on the dryer is for you to know exactly what your dryer is capable of doing, and also to help you as well to be able to properly use the dryer. All right, so that's the door assemble there and the door latch. All right, so we're coming to an end. I'm gonna pause it real quick just to make sure we go through the whole entire owner's manual. I did pause it there. All right, so we're gonna pause it, so I'm gonna let that sit there. All right, pause it, let it sit, roll up, see what's going on here. Non-use storage and moving care, special instruction for steam models, stuff like that. You can winterize the machine, moving with care, how to use the machine, non-use or storage care, stuff like that. Troubleshooting tips is going to be inside of the owner's manual as well, so that'll be downloaded. I just want to make sure that we went through everything that we possibly can with this dryer, man. I'm going to scroll all the way back up to the top, going back to the owner's manual, because we are wrapping up this video, man. So this is the functions and features, and you already know who I am. I'm your boy Richie Rich. We in the lab, man, getting it in on this Whirlpool dryer, man, and we out. Peace. All right, so this portion of the video, we're gonna focus on the price. How much it's gonna cost you. Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot. Either way, it's gonna cost you. Man, let's talk about it. We're on the Home Depot website looking at this 7.4 cubic feet, 240 volt white electric dryer with intuitive touch controls and advanced moisture sensing, Energy Star by Whirlpool. All right, right now the original price according to the Home Depot website, you're looking at $949, but they're saving you 10%, which is $95 off. So you can pay for this unit for $854 for a special buy. All right, so you also want to remember as well a couple things that you can check for. One, availability. All right, if you're interested in a particular appliance, you want to make sure it's available in the store. Also, if there's prices subject to change, right? So it could go back to the original price where they don't give you the 10% discount, or they can continue to step the 10% discount. Sometimes they have it for a short period of time, so you want to consider that as well. All right, but of course, from looking at the color or the finish, they only have it in white, so you want to consider that as well if you don't want a white appliance. All right, we're going to go over to the Best Buy. Best Buy, depending on the version that you want on this particular model, you can actually get it in steam or chrome shadow. You're looking at $1034, $34.99. That's an upgraded volume or upgraded version. The one that we have, of course, is this one here that doesn't have the steam setting, and you're looking at the price for that for $854.99. All right, and that's just the electric. That's it. Only color. They might have gas, so we can type into that a little bit as well, so we can look at both the prices. So for the electric, you're looking at $854.99 that we already discussed. You can only get it in white. Let's look at the gas. It increased the price a little bit to $944.99. All right, so there's no special sales or special buys that you're getting at Best Buy. The price is what the price is. Even though Home Depot is giving you the electric for $8 something, they're also giving you the same price at Best Buy for the electric. It's just the original price, so there's no real sales. They do have an open box. If you look at it in here, right, you can see open box. $615.99. You get $50 from $50 off from one mail-in rebate. All right, so you could save some money on this unit, and $1,000 unit you're getting for $615. That's a good buy. You might want to scoop that up if you see that on your website or your research looking up appliances. All right, so let's go to the Lowe's. Let's see what Lowe's got. Lowe's, man, Lowe's ain't playing. For the electric, it's $949. So of course, if we were to purchase this appliance, we either go to Best Buy or we go to Home Depot, because Lowe's is extremely high. All right, that's for the electric. Of course, is the one color. When we're looking at gas, let's see what it is. The gas is $10.49. All right, so if I'm looking at that price, I would not get this from Lowe's. You're spending too much money for the same appliance that you can get it at Home Depot, or you can go get it at Best Buy as well, depending on the area that you're in. All right, so when we're talking about a price for this appliance, depending on if it's gas, depending on electric, you're talking about at least, I would say, from $900 to about $1,100 if it's on sale, or if it's not on sale, if it's gas or electric. That would determine the cost of how much you're going to pay. All right, so we're out of here, man. When we talking about the price for this joint, man, it's going to cost you some bread. And of course, we got to dissect the rest of this appliance to let you know how we feel about this joint. All right, we out of here. Peace. All right, so for this portion of the video, we're going to focus on the warranty. Warranty, the manufacturer warranty. Man, let's dive into that real quick. Let's see what Whirlpool got as far as their warranty for this dryer. All right, so we're going to scroll down all the way to the bottom on the Home Depot website. Go into the warranty section of this unit. Let's see what we're getting from Whirlpool. All right, so it says Whirlpool Laundry Limited Warranty. It says attach your receipt here. Proof of purchase is required to obtain warranty service. Please have the following information available when you call the Customer Experience Center. Name, address, telephone number, model number, serial number, a clear, detailed description of the problem, proof of purchase including dealer or retailer name and address. It says if you need service before contacting us to arrange service, please determine whether your product requires repair. Some questions can be addressed without service. Please take a few minutes to review the troubleshooting section of the use and care guide, or visit the how-tos and frequently asked questions section. And of course, you have the website. If you're looking at this, it says all warranty service provided exclusively by our authorized Whirlpool service providers. All right, in the US and Canada. Direct all requests for warranty service too. And you have all the information there that you can actually go online, contact, whether you're in the US or Canada. All right, you can call either one of those numbers as well. And I'm sure in the owner's manual might have a mailing address and all that stuff as well. All right, so of course on this, it has a 1-year limited warranty. What it covers, it says for 1 year from the date of purchase, when this major appliance is installed, operated, and maintained according to the instructions attached to or furnished with the product, Whirlpool Corporation of Whirlpool Canada LP. Hereafter, Whirlpool will pay for factory specified replacement parts and repair labor to correct defects in materials or workmanship that existed when this major appliance was purchased, or at its sole discretion replace the product. In the event of product replacement, your appliance will be warranted by the remaining term of the original unit's warranty period. All right, that's it. Your sole and exclusive remedy under this limited warranty shall be product repair as provided herein. Service must be provided by a Whirlpool design service company. All right, this limited warranty is valid only in the United States or Canada, and applies only when the major appliance is used in the country in which it was purchased. It says this limited warranty is effective from the date of the original consumer purchase. Proof of original purchase date is required to obtain service under this limited warranty. All right, so it just looks like just from now it says disclaimer of implies warranties. Disclaimer of representations outside of warranty. Whirlpool makes no representations about the quality, durability, or need for service or repair of this project or need for service or repair of this major appliance other than the representation contained in this warranty. If you want a longer or more comprehensive warranty than the limited warranty that comes with this major appliance, you should ask Whirlpool or your retailer about buying an extended warranty. Whirlpool is always keeping it 100 and let you know that, hey, what we give you is what you're getting, and we're not giving you nothing more. All right, let's talk about a limited or remedies exclusion of incidental or consequential damages. Your sole and exclusive remedy under this limited warranty shall be product repair as provided herein. Whirlpool should not be liable for incidental or consequential damages. Some states and provinces do not allow the exclusion or limitation of incidental or consequential damages. So these limitations and exclusions may not apply to you. This warranty gives you specific legal rights, right? And you said you may have other rights that may vary state to state or province to province. All right, so gotta think about that as well. Of course, a lot of the stuff that's not covered, we go over this all the time, but we want to make sure that you guys understand before you actually call in. When you purchase appliance, you want to figure this stuff out, man. That's why we encourage you to watch all our videos, because we'll be able to help you with whatever it is that you need. All right, don't forget to always comment as well on the videos. Let us know how we're doing, how we can improve. If you have any ideas or any appliances that you want us to go ahead and review for you guys, we can do that as well. All right, commercial, non-residential, multi-family use, or use inconsistent with published user operator installation instructions. In-home instruction on how to use your product. Service to correct improper product maintenance or installation. Installation not in accordance with electrical or plumbing codes, or correction of household electrical or plumbing. All right, defects of damage caused by the use of non-genuine Whirlpool parts or accessories. Conversion of your product from natural gas or propane gas, or reversal of appliance doors. All right, so just think about it. You can pause it, get into all that. We don't have to read everything, but this is just the warranty portion of the video, man. Whirlpool is only giving you a 1-year warranty, parts and labor. Outside of that, that's it. If you want something extra, Whirlpool is telling you you can pay for an extended warranty, or find out from the person that you purchased the appliance from if they have an extended warranty. Outside of that, that is it. Man, we are out of here, man. Still in the lab getting it in. Peace. All right, so for this portion of the video, we're going to focus on the parts. Man, when we're talking about the parts, we're going to focus on how much it's going to cost you per repair to repair this dryer, because you're only getting a 1-year manufacturer warranty from Whirlpool. Right, so if this machine was to break, how much is going to cost you on average? Our parts, our labor for this unit we normally use is $150. Our parts are going to be a slight markup, so it all depends on my experience and how much I really want to mark it up. And of course, we're going to give you an overall grade at the end of our video on how much it's going to cost you as well. All right, so you want to think about that. So of course, we're on the Sears Parts Direct website. All right, so a couple of the first things that we can look at, of course, you type in the model number, you have different parts that you might need. We're also going to let you know the common issues that normally goes bad with these appliances as well. And if there's any parts that's covered by warranty, but we already know it's a 1-year manufacturer warranty. There's no extended warranties or anything else. So that's all you're getting. So this is the top and control parts, like your control panel, stuff like that. If you're looking at this particular unit, normally that's number 8. That could break. If it's a user interface board that's separate from it, then it's just the console itself. If it is a control board or panel that's connected to it, it's going to cost you a little bit more. All right, so it can be a common issue where you press certain buttons and they don't register, they don't respond. You turn the power off, it doesn't come on, it's completely dead. So these are some of the indications that you can look at. But if we're looking at the top panel, that's not a common issue. That's just the top. You can get away with that. The dryer control bracket, not a common issue there as well. So if we're looking at the control panel, that's something that we're going to touch into. Right now, you're looking at $216.21. So let's do a slight markup. So let's say the technician come out, part for this unit is going to cost, the price is going to be 300 bucks. So now you're looking at labor of 150 bucks. To replace this unit at a minimum, you're looking at $450 to replace the control panel assembly. If it's dead, short it out, it's not coming on, buttons not registering, they might mark it up at least a little bit more than that as well, because again, you got to factor in taxes. Labor is different for each company that comes out. So roughly, you're talking about at least 450 bucks. All right, so let's go back to that. $450. It's a lot of bread, but that's how much it's going to cost you. All right. Appliance speaker, not a common issue, but if you're looking at the price, $28.99 MSRP, you're talking about $31. All right. Seal harness, wire harness, $92.77. All right, so if you happen to need that harness, not a common issue, but it can happen. Harnesses could burn out, stuff like that. It's just wires, so you know that can happen. Let's go to the other compartment. We're talking about cabinets and parts. So when we're looking at this, you have your motor here. That's a common issue that goes bad on any dryer. Your drive pulley or your idler pulley that the belt sits on, that normally wears out. The wheel wears out, it breaks, the dryer belt separates, right? So you're going to need a new belt and a pulley. The belt, again, is a common issue. The terminal block where the plug sits on that allows the wires to come in to get the electricity from your home so that it can produce it to the entire machine. Common issue that goes bad. Your control board, common issue on any appliances that goes bad as well. You have your frame, not a common issue, but you do have door hinges. You have your door switch here. That's another common issue. So we're going to dive into a lot of these parts. All right, let's talk about it. The dryer terminal block, $18.99. Even though it is a common issue, but it's not that expensive. So I'm hoping that you don't need a wire harness with these. If you happen to need the wire harness, because it's separate, so you're looking at $18.99. So let's mark that up to about 30 bucks. Wire harness, we can say you're talking about 70 bucks. That's $100 for both parts and labor. Labor, you're looking at $150. You're talking about $250 to replace the terminal with the wires, depending on how severely burned up it is and all that stuff. And you might need a plug. So if the plug is also damaged as well, we talked about $250. You can go to Home Depot, Lowe's, get a plug. So we'll say if the plug, they charge you about $50 for the plug. So you're talking about at least $300 for all parts and components. All right. All right, let's see what else we got. Brackets, terminal blocks, screws, none of that stuff. Base is not a common issue, man. That's number 12. Let's see what number 12 looks like there. If we can find it. Number 12, the base, not a common issue. But if you need it, $126.78, we're not going to go into that. Driver panel, not going to go into that. Control board, $294.04. Man, you're talking about 200. Yeah, so that's 300 bucks. So we won't mark that up. So you might spend about 400 for the part. All right, if it's already 3 something, you got to factor in taxes. It's going to be at least 4. So you're talking about a labor of 150 bucks. So that's 550 bucks, a minimum, to replace the control board. All right, it's going to cost you some bread for that. Dryer side panel, not a common issue. Panels, not a common issue as well. So we can scroll through a lot of that. But you want to think about that. All right, door switch here, $28.32. They might charge you $50 for that. Labor $150, 200 bucks. Idler pulley, they might charge you 50 bucks for that. Or it's going to be more than that. It's going to be more than that. They might charge you even 80. Charge you $80 for that joint. Labor $150. You talk about at least 230 bucks. So I'm hoping my math is right. All right, it's about 230. All right, clips, all that stuff. Your belt, dryer belt. It says parts no longer available. The belt is available. You can get the belt. But just to say roughly, your belt is about 50 bucks. Labor $150. You're talking about 250 bucks. They use all just about the same belts in all of these appliances anyway. So don't need to change the belt if you already have it made. Just keep using the same belt. The motor, $194.91. So you're talking about, I'll say about 250 for that. All right, 250 for the labor. All right, maybe even 300. So we're gonna mark it up to a 3 because it's already 2 something. So let's say the motor is 300, labor 150. You're talking about 450. All right, you don't have to worry about the pulley there. All that comes together as one. All right, so that's one piece there. All right, so you're gonna spend some money on this appliance, man. You can see some of these parts and components could get a little pricey. All right, let's talk about the drum. Here you have your heating housing or the vent, not a common issue, not a common issue. Filter, you can order the filters yourself there. All right, this is probably the steamer, which is number 18. So depending on your model, your drum can crack, but it's not a common issue for that to crack. Your drum rollers that rotates the drum is a common issue. Your blower housing that connects to your motor, pretty common issue. Thermostats, common issue. Heating element, common issue as well. Not the housing. Thermostats, again, I've mentioned. So this is going to have a lot of information in there. All right, so let's get into that. Drum rollers, again, on this particular dryer, I'm thinking you have at least 4 from what I can remember, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. So you're looking at $23.99 a piece. So let's say if that's 50 bucks. Worst case scenario, you won't need 4. I think I've replaced maybe 1 in like 15 years where I had to replace all 4. It's because they probably been making a lot of noises prior and they just never got it fixed, and they wore each of them wore each other out, and they needed at least 4 of them. All right, so if it's $50 for that and you need 1, you're talking about at least 200 bucks. All right, but if you need all 4, it's already 200 for 4 parts. Then 150 is the labor. You're talking about at least 350 bucks. All right, a minimum. The drum, $242.73. If your drum was to crack and it's making loud noise, you're talking about $242.73. Not a common issue. Dryer drum baffles, where the baffles come apart because the screw from you spinning the clothes and the clothes is heavy, it wear itself out. The baffles are normally pretty good. The screws are normally inside the dryer, so the tech go inside the dryer, put new screws in or put the original screws in and retighten it, everything. You're fine. But if you happen to need a baffle, you're talking about $38.65. All right. So let's get into that. Drum seal, common issue that normally goes bad here at times. It wears out. So now you're able to, your clothes is flying through the dryer because it's not sealed properly. So you can see that. But if you happen to need that, $44.99. Again, $80, labor $150. We're talking about $230. All right. Dryer moisture and sensor kit. If you need that, $129.99. Not a common issue, but it can happen. So you're talking about $200, labor $150, $350. All right. Dryness moisture sensor, again, these are just the little moisture sensors that sits on the door when the washing machine is spinning and the clothes is hitting on the sensor. That's how you're able to do the sense and dry portion, and is able to cut the unit off depending on the sensor. All right, dryer lint screen, 60 bucks. You can get this yourself. No need to call nobody for that. Just order that yourself. Dryer lint duct, $70.49. Blower wheel, $61.99. When we say that the dryer motor is 300 bucks, we always replace the blower wheel with the motor, so that's gonna cost you a little bit more. So let's say if the parts are 400, labor 150, you're talking about 450 bucks. It's gonna cost you some money for both those parts because they're connected. It's hard to get the wheel off. The tech might break the wheel, so you normally order both and you put them both on. Thermostats, thermal fuse, common issue. Dryer thermostat here, it's a common issue. It's a thermostat. They're both common, but this happens more than this do. So you're talking about again, $80 for that. Labor $150, $230. Same thing here, $230 for the thermostats. All right, let's see what else they might have. Dryer high limit thermostat and inlet thermostat, common issue. You're talking about $55.99. Again, $80, $150, $230. Heater, dryer heater box. That's just the box. All right, so you can actually get this kit here, $51.99. Get both parts rather than just getting the one. All right. I'm looking for the heating element. That's just the box. Yeah, that's just the box. So you don't need the box. We need the heating element. That's everything. That's number 16. I think I didn't even notice I passed that already. Common issue. Heating element. Oh, it's no longer available. That's probably why. You can get the heating element somewhere, somehow. Even though it says no longer available. They use basically all the same heating elements all the time. So don't worry about that. But just to say if that part was $150 for the heating element, labor $150, 300 bucks. All right. The door assembly number 2, the whole entire door assembly, that's without the hinges. So when you look at the picture, you can see that there. This hinges is not in the picture. That's not in the picture. So some of the old parts you're gonna need, the front is not in the picture. All right, so if you need that door, you're looking at $176.81. Not a common issue. Retainer, it's $11.81. Door, it's a dryer door inner window, right? All right, inner window, $112.49. All right, so not a common issue, but if you happen to need it. The catch, $43.90. Door handle, $36.15 if you need a door handle. Hinge, $12.92, right? Hinge cover, and then you got the hinge, $68.50. So if you need a new hinge, you're talking about 100, labor $150, $250. All right, so outside of the hinges are normally issues that normally goes bad, but if you happen to need any other part, it's not going to cost you that much. All right. Is that it? Man, that's pretty quick. Outside of that, like I said, the parts that's no longer available, I wouldn't worry about that. Whirlpool use a lot of the same appliance parts in the older appliances, so they still make those old heating elements. They put them in the new dryers. Same thing. So all right, but outside of that, man, I think that is it, man. We are getting ready to wrap this thing up. I just want to make sure that we covered everything. Don't want to rush the videos. Want to make sure that we are productive and give you exactly everything that you need as you are successful when purchasing this appliance. All right, of course, I'm your boy, man. We getting it in the lab. We out of here. Peace. All right, so now we're gonna shoot our overall review to let you know exactly how we feel about this Whirlpool dryer. All right, let me get my notes. All right, so we're gonna start off with the warranty. Warranty, the manufacturer warranty. All right, so as far as this Whirlpool dryer, man, we're getting a 1-year warranty, both parts and labor. And according to Whirlpool and the information in the owner's manual, that's all you are getting. Nothing extra, nothing more. If you want an extended warranty, Whirlpool is advising that you contact them for an extended warranty, or you can actually contact the retail purchaser or whoever you get it from, Home Depot, Lowe's, Best Buy, your local appliance store. You can contact them for an extended warranty. But as of right now, that's all you're getting. So as far as our grade for the warranty, man, we got to give it a 3 because it's an average warranty. Nothing more, nothing less. Uno, dos, tres, 3. All right, let's talk about price. How much it's going to cost you? Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot. Either way, it's gonna cost you. Man, you're looking at it, land. Let's talk about it for a second. Home Depot and Best Buy got this appliance for $854. Of course, it only has one color, which is the white finish, but you can get it in gas or electric. So the electric is $854. The gas is $944.99. All right, Lowe's for the gas is $1049 and electric is $949. So of course, we're advised if you want to purchase this appliance, best to get it from Home Depot, best to get it from Best Buy. They did have an open box in my local area, so you want to shop around and see if you can catch that sale. The price dropped down to about $611. All right, that is an awesome price for this appliance. So as far as the price grade that we will give for this appliance, it's really good. We really like it, so we'll give it a 4, and it's above average because you are getting it at a decent price. Let's talk about parts. Man, cost per repair. How much it's going to cost you when this appliance breaks down? Of course, with the warranty, you only get a standard 1-year manufacturer 1-year warranty, so that's it. So we're going to talk about the price in our labor. For this example, it's going to be $150. Of course, we're going to do a markup on the price, so you got to consider that as well. For the control panel, both parts and labor, where you touch and press the button, the user interface, all that is an assembly, you're looking at $450. The terminal block or the wire harness, if you need to get that repaired, you're looking at $250. If you happen to need a plug, because over time your appliance shorts out, the wires burned up, if you happen to need a plug, that's going to be an additional $50. So you're looking at a total of $300. Your control board, you're looking at $550, both parts and labor. The door switch sometimes short out as well, common issue, you're talking about $200. Your idler pulley that allows your belt to sit on so it can rotate, that wears down, so your dryer might make certain noises when it's operating, or it won't spin at all. That's an issue. You're talking about $230. If you happen to need a belt, right now we're saying that the belt is no longer available. Not to worry, don't worry about it. Whirlpool use different appliances in the old parts in the new appliances, so it's not really much that's changing mechanically in some of the parts that they use, so you shouldn't have no issue finding the belt. But if you happen to need it, you're talking about $200 both parts and labor. The motor, this could be pretty expensive because you're going to need the motor and the blower wheel at the same time. So if we add both of these parts together, you're probably looking at about $450 both parts and labor. Dryer drum rollers, pretty common for the dryer drum rollers to wear out, make loud noises, to squeak, cause the machine not to turn properly as well, so that affects the function of the appliance. You're talking about $200 if you happen to need one. Each roller, you could say, is an average price of about $50, and there's 4 of them in here, so it all depends on which one you need. The thermal fuse causes the dryer to either not heat up or to shut down and not to come on. You're talking about $230. All right, both parts and labor. Heating element, you're talking about a heating element typically goes bad according to Sears Parts Direct. Again, this part is no longer available, but I highly doubt that. These are parts that's being used on the older appliances that's being used in the new appliances, so they don't really invent the wheel, they just design the appliance a little bit different. But you're talking about, if you happen to need that part, $250. All right, so a calculation of all the parts, the total, you're looking at $273. Right, that's the average price that you're going to spend for this appliance if you need to get it repaired. We think that's extremely good. A lot of the parts are available. That's a good thing. A lot of the parts are not that expensive as well. And as far as the average price is $273.63. So we really like it, man. So we're going to give it a grade of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's talk about functions and the features, man. You know this is my favorite part on all these appliances. All right, so let's dive into this joint real quick, see what we have. Of course, this appliance, you can get it in both gas or electric. A couple of things that we like to discuss a little bit. It has an eco boost that you can use. It says increase your energy but lower heat level. All right, so it lowers the heat level, saves energy, but it's going to allow the machine to run a lot longer because you are using less energy and you're using less heat. So you got to consider that as well. It also has a wrinkle shield that you can use. I've noticed this on a lot of appliances that's been added now. You can talk about this because this is really good, that it adds 150 minutes in tumbling. So when the cycle is over, the machine continues to tumble so that your clothes won't get wrinkled. All right, so we really like that. It also has a sanitized cycle. Of course, when we're talking about sanitized cycle, man, this helps with 99.9% of bacteria being cleaned, so we really love that. It also has a sensing cycle that allows you to notice the status of your clothes, if it's wet or damped. All right, so that will highlight, depending on the sensor, depending on the status of your clothes, your machine is capable of letting you know that. It also has automatic cycles, right? So this is good. Automatic cycles that you can use for this appliance is really awesome. And it also has a check vent. All right, the LG has the flow meter. This one has the check vent that allows you to know if your exhaust vent is clogged up. Depending on the cycle that you're using, your machine will let you know that, which is good because that's going to help you keep an eye on your exhaust vent inside the dryer to make sure it doesn't overheat and it doesn't catch on fire. All right, so as far as the overall grade for the functions and features, it's pretty decent. It's a little bit above average, man, so we're going to give it a 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's go over all these grades real quick. Warranty 3, parts 4, price 4, functions and features 4. Man, you are talking about what I told it about. That is about 15 divided by 4. We're getting a 3.75, man. So from looking at this appliance, man, it does not meet the billing. We would not recommend an appliance that's getting a grade of 3.75. Biggest issue that we have with this appliance is that the warranty is no good. It sucks compared to a lot of the other appliances that's out there. At least other appliances like LG, Samsung, your Maytag will give you extended warranty on certain parts, so you want to be able to consider that if you want to purchase this appliance. But again, it's up to you. But like I said, we would not recommend this appliance. And don't forget about my little math situation I had earlier. It's kind of hard to try to do math while it's live, but you know, it is what it is. Of course, you already know who I am. I'm your boy Richie Rich at Consumer Appliance Support. You help me, I help you. We both help each other. Till next time, I'm out of here, man. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.
Stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right here. I know that I told you we're over, I swear that I'm sober, just listen.